Welcome to episode number 179 of the Savvy Social Podcast. This is a show dedicated to helping passion-led online business owners and entrepreneurs learn how to use social media as a tool to grow your business. I'm your host, ANDREA Jones, and I'm fiercely committed to helping you understand the how and the why of social media marketing so that you can create connection, build your community, and make a difference in your world. Now, today I have a special treat. I am bringing you a throwback of a live stream I did earlier this year called the Unmute Yourself Challenge. This challenge was originally put on by the Savvy Social School as a way for our members to stand up and speak up about the things that they believe in. Obviously, during this challenge, I was talking all about social media. So yes, I was participating in the challenge as well. What you're about to see or what you're about to hear is my version of that challenge. I went live and live streamed across multiple different platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, talking all about social media. And in this episode of the Unmute Yourself Challenge, I'm talking all about the meaning behind social media, fully understanding what social media means to you as a business owner, and how to give yourself structure to approach social media in a way that works for you. And with that, I hope you enjoy this episode of the Savvy Social Podcast. One of the pillars of my own beliefs and what I teach my students in the school is all about social media mindfulness. How do we approach social media in a way that doesn't require a ton of decision making, that doesn't require a ton of overwhelm or emotional drain, or all of those things that go along with social media, right? Now, for those of you who are joining me live, you can go ahead and say hi in the chat. I'd love to put that up on the screen. As you are saying that, I do want to take a moment to thank our sponsor. So, to make all of this possible, live streaming multiple places, I use a tool called Restream. It allows you to live stream to up to 30 platforms at once. So right now I am streaming live in our private Facebook group for the Savvy Social School members. I am on my Facebook page. I am on YouTube. I think I'm on LinkedIn. I may have messed something up in the process of setting this up, but it's such a great way to reach more people. So if you want to try them out, for yourself, I do have my affiliate link, OnlineDrea.com/restream. Now, one of the components of this challenge is that we're live. We're using our actual vocal cords to speak about the things that are important to us. And so for those of you who are new, if you're in the school, we have a whole training on live streaming. We have actually tons of resources for you already. And you have this guide already. If you're not in the school, I want to give you a sample of kind of what we teach in the school, all about live streaming and why live streaming is so important. It's a two-way conversation. So for instance, I can do this. Katie said, good morning. I can put her good morning up on the screen. We have someone from our Facebook group saying good morning. Because it's a group, they hide the privacy because it is a Facebook group. There's a way we can get around this, which I'll talk about to our group members, but I can have this two-way conversation with you. So when we're talking about live streaming and the power that it has, there's an innate connection component because it is live. I can actually speak to you. I can actually talk to you. And there's a passion that comes across in all of our voices when we talk about what we do. Now, for the Unmute Yourself Challenge, this is a 3-day challenge. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes over here. I'm going to move them so that I can see them better. All right, this is a 3-day challenge. I'm personally choosing to show up in this challenge as live stream. So I'll do another one tomorrow and another one Wednesday at this same time. Sorry, Wednesday and Thursday. And then I'm also doing a Clubhouse series, which I'll talk about at the end of our lesson today. All right, so let's talk about this topic, social media as business owners. This can feel a little bit sticky sometimes, especially as online business owners, because we didn't sign up to be content creators. right? We didn't sign up to like produce all of this amazing content for social media. We probably signed up because we wanted to be a life coach and we want to help people, or we wanted to be a career advisor, or we wanted to deliver a service like a graphic designer, right? We did not sign up to be content creators. And so sometimes when we approach social media as business owners, we go, uh-oh, we have all of this content to create and we didn't sign up for this. And I like to think of this in relation to other tasks that we do in our business. So an example for me is I love running my business. I am not an accountant. I didn't sign up to be an accountant. If I could never look at my books ever again, that would be the dream for me. But as business owners, that's a task that I have to learn how to do. And I've actually learned to really enjoy it and some elements of it as I'm building my business. So when you're thinking about your business as business owners, you didn't sign up to be content creators. And that's sometimes where the disconnect comes in when you start thinking about social media and you go, I don't like this. I feel like I have to be on. I feel like I have to be posturing. I feel like I have to do something. I love this comment here from Coco. Coco says, I just passed my QuickBooks Pro Advisor test 2 days ago. Y'all, go to Coco for accounting because if you need support, hire out if you can. But sometimes as business owners, we have to do it ourselves in the beginning, right? Thanks for sharing that. That's hilarious. But yeah, we didn't sign up for this. So the first thing that I recommend as business owners is to understand your relationship with social media, especially if you're a business owner and you're doing all of the things, right? If you're doing all of the things, I need you to take a pause and try to understand your relationship to social media. And I actually have a meditation around this. If you search for social media unwind, you'll be able to find it. I didn't put this as a caption, so let me see if I can do this. Okay, let me see if I can make this a little pop up really quick. Social media unwind, yeah. Cool. It's a meditation that can really help you understand your relationship with social media. Because a lot of us look at it almost a little bit resentful, right? We hate it. I think Coco said, yeah, Coco said, I did social media for 2 years. Hate it. Yeah. A lot of us don't like social media. So I do recommend the very first episode of this free podcast, Social Media Unwind, helps you understand your relationship with social media. And that's so important as business owners if we're the ones showing up on our business. Those of us who are online business owners or personality brands. So I'll give you a few examples of this. For myself, social media is a powerful tool for connection. There's such a unique opportunity with this tool to find and connect with the right people, but I'm introverted. I cannot be on like this all the time. Like these next 3 days are going to be exhausting for me. I'm going to take a break after this. Like I cannot do this all the time. For me, that's my relationship with social media. I understand that. I'm not resentful of it. I find my own way. I find my own space and my way to use these tools. I like talking. I like presenting. I like teaching. I cannot do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you've got to understand your relationship with social media and the role it plays in your business. For some of us, social media builds partnerships. I know that's true for me. My favorite people aren't on social media yet, or maybe they're not social media savvy yet. And so they need me and they need the services that I offer. But connecting with them directly on social media, a little bit challenging. So I like connecting with business coaches, graphic designers, podcast launch managers. Those are my favorite ways to use social media. So think about what that means for you. Okay, then you want to start identifying your own themes and topics. And this is something that we teach here in the Savvy Social School, which is you've got to give yourself some structure to this. And I'll talk more about this on Wednesday, and I'll show you how this shows up. So make sure to tune in live on Wednesday. But I want to start planting this seed of structure and discipline. Because if this isn't something that we particularly like doing, then we're not going to do it. Or if we think it's hard, like our brain tells us, this is very challenging, then we're probably not going to do it. I'll relate this to working out. I did a session in a summit yesterday where I talked about this idea of working out. A lot of us don't decide to just go to the gym for fun. I think that's rare. Some of us who decide to go to gym for fun. Type yes in the comments if you're one of those person, or no if you're not one of those people who likes the gym, doesn't like the gym. You go for fun, or you go because you have to. You go because you need to. And I think social media for a lot of us is a little bit like working out. We like to see the results of it, but the actual process sometimes not our favorite thing in the world. Maybe I'm the only one. So for me, when I go to the gym, sometimes I also get really intimidated by the other people in the gym. They know how to use all of the machines. They know exactly what they're supposed to do in what order. And I start comparing myself to those people. And that can feel so defeating if you're new. That can feel very defeating if you're new, or if you're just beginning your journey again. And so when we think about social media, let's think about it as we approach the gym. We don't just go and start off picking up 150-pound weights, right? At least I don't. Y'all, I am solidly on like 5 to 10 pounds. If I'm lifting weights, we're starting there, right? So when we approach social media, we want to think about this from the perspective of that 5 or 10-pound weight. What kind of structure can we give ourselves? What kind of grace can we give ourselves so that we're working up to that moment, right? We're working up to the abs. Okay. I got to put this comment that Coco put on the screen. Her husband is 5 years younger with abs. Okay. Yes. Why is this so funny? I love it. And I think when we're thinking about our approach to social media, sometimes we're comparing ourselves to that person who has abs. We don't have abs yet. That's okay. We can work up to it. We can get there. All right. So to recap, for those of you just joining in, this is the Unmute Yourself series. I am going live every single day this week to talk about some of the things I'm passionate about on social media. And today it's this idea that business owners, we don't like social media. And sometimes we use that as an excuse not to do it. When in reality, we need to understand our relationship to social media. We need to set ourselves up with some structure and discipline so we can move forward. And we need to figure out what that looks like for us. I'll give one more example. I was, like I said, speaking at a summit yesterday, and one of the attendees is a graphic designer, and she mostly worked with marketing firms. And so she was really concerned about showing up on social media because she's working with these marketing firms. She doesn't want it to seem like she's bragging about all of the things she can do. And most of her sales are highly relationship driven. They're not really like someone at the firm is going to see a post and then hire her. That's not her structure, right? But she struggles with social media because she's trying to fit within this idea that we have to do social media a certain way. And so the advice that I gave her and that I want to share with you is to figure out your own way to approach social media. So in the example of this designer going after marketing firms, her social media is not a hard sell. It's not click here for a consultation call. It's not sign up for my freebie. That's not her strategy. Her strategy may look more like, here's why I'm an expert at this. Here's why I know what I'm doing. Here's talking about a project at the beginning, at the middle, and in the end. And here's how I choose to work with people. So it's not so much a hard sell. It's more of an invitation to showcasing her expertise and to continuing that conversation. And for her, it was a lot easier for her to understand, to grasp, to see how she could use social media as a tool to grow her business without subscribing to the traditional way of marketing service-based businesses online. Typically, people say, push for that free consultation call. But if that doesn't work for you, don't do that. Don't do what doesn't work for you. Awesome. I want to extend an invitation to all of you watching live or watching the replay. I'm going to continue this conversation on Clubhouse tonight, this afternoon, actually at 3 o'clock. I've invited some amazing panelists to join me for a session talking all about how we show up on social media. How do we, as business owners, as online entrepreneurs who we're not content creators, how do we show up, speak out, and talk about what we do on social media? I have my mentor, ANDREA, is going to be on there. Alex from Champagne and Tequila, who has been blowing up on TikTok lately, is going to be on there. I have Jess, who is from She Podcast, it's going to be an amazing session. So if you are on Clubhouse, you can sign up via the link that's on the screen. It's onlinedrea.com/clubhouse, and you will get notifications and the link for when we go live. You'll also be signing up for any notes that we take during this session as well. So even if you can't join us live and you want to kind of review the notes later, you can do that as well. I will be moderating the panel and facilitating the conversation. And I'd also want to invite any guests who have comments or questions to come up on stage and join us as well. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Savvy Social Podcast. If you love the show, don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. It's because of you we remain in the top 100 marketing podcasts. I so appreciate you. I will see you soon for another episode soon. Bye for now.